Pete Doherty has embarked on a quiet life in the countryside, with the musician having overcome his drug addiction in recent years and leaving his old lifestyle behind. The Libertines frontman, 43, had been known as a junkie at the height of his career, though has transformed in life over the last few years and has been clean for 2 years. The musician now lives in a rural part of France with wife Katya Davidos, who plays the keyboard in his new band the Putumadurais, whom he married last year. Pete, who has a son Asdeel, 19, and a daughter, Aisling, 11, from previous relationships, has settled in the seaside village of Doherty, in Normandy, since the COVID pandemic began. The singer and guitarist explained that he stumbled upon the location during a period when he was traveling around a lot, in part due to having been in and out of rehab. He said, "It'd been quite itinerant for many years, in and out of rehabs, and living in buses, tents and camper vans. I fell in love with my bandmate, Katya, and we traveled around." Pete said that the couple visited places in France and Spain, with them pitching up by rivers and beaches during their travels, before getting stuck in one place amid the pandemic. Explaining the experience recently, he commented, "One day the camper van broke down in this village, then the first lockdown kicked in, so that's where we stayed." Discussing his new life, he said, "It's a quiet, simple existence. I get up before sunrise and take the dogs for a walk. Then I go back to bed at 6 or 7, then get up again." He said that he will then walk into the village and buy a local paper, which he said that he pretends to read. The musician said he will have a coffee and a brandy at around 11 a.m. He continued, "Then go back home and maybe watch some Turner Classic Movies, listen to some Tony Hancock, have a siesta, walk the dogs again and go to bed." Prior to his new lifestyle, Pete had battled with drug addiction and has admitted that he was really pushing the limits, with there having been a few close calls. He further explained, "I nearly lost my feet and horrible things like that. It was very close, just because of the injecting. That's what happens when you run out of veins." Do you enjoy reading about celebrities? Sign up for all the best celeb news from the Mirror here. Pete has attended rehab over the years, lost friends to addiction and even been arrested for drug offenses, with him eventually deciding to get clean a few years ago. He said there wasn't a particular trigger for the decision, saying, "It was tough. There was no epiphany moment. It was so many years of going to rehabs and trying different ideas. People who have been in active addiction would say to me, 'One day you'll just know it's the time to stop.' Somehow the balance has shifted," he further commented recently. Pete, who has been clean for more than 2 years, said that whilst it is still a bit of struggle, the obsession does lift and it's getting easier as he continues his journey. He said that fans have been encouraging him to keep up the progress, with Pete having recently released a new album, which he co-wrote alongside Frederick Lowe, 57. The Fantasy Life of Poetry and Crime, by Peter Doherty and Frederick Lowe, is out now. Do you have a story to sell? Get in touch with us at webcelebs@mirror.co.uk or call us direct 0207 29 33 033.